Hey everybody, it's Austin Ward back for another BuckIQ here at Lettermen Row. We've got Beanie Wells in here, and former Ohio State running back, NFL running back, and I would say, Beanie, that you probably didn't enjoy watching that rushing attack very much at Purdue.
No, not at all. I didn't. I mean, I expected a lot more out of our run game, our offensive line, and running backs included. So hopefully it gets better quick.
It doesn't seem like, we're going to look here at this BuckIQ when we put the tape on. J.K. Dobbins and Mike Weber, they still look more than capable of making plays. Sometimes they have to get it in the screen to find some room to operate, but I don't think that it's a matter of talent with the tailbacks. These guys still look like they have the ability that we thought all along.
Oh, no question about it. I mean, these are two running backs that, went out and ran for 1,000 yards in different seasons. So, I mean, that tells you that these guys are more than capable. I think it's just a matter of getting things all on the same page from a schematic standpoint with the offensive line.
When you're a running back and there seems to be not much room to operate, the offensive line maybe is not getting much push. I don't know how often that happened in your career, but what's the frustration level like? How do you deal with that when it's just like you're trying to make a play and it's almost impossible to do it?
No, it's tough. I mean, as a runner, you get frustrated, and you have to be very, very patient, because in times like that, you start pressing. You start trying to create too much, and sometimes you end up with negative runs because you're looking for the home run instead of taking those 2- and 3-yard gains. So it's very difficult.
All right, well, we'll see if there's something happening here that Beanie can identify. Handful of plays there from that Ohio State loss at Purdue. Let's roll the tape.
Washington, 2nd and 10. Dobbins escapes a tackle and really has to earn.
All right, Beanie, so I picked this play here for J.K. Dobbins just because it looked like they required so much extra effort and so much talent just to get 2 yards.
Yeah, I mean, this is a very tough situation to be in as a running back. Obviously this is one of those pitch plays, but, you're stretched out immediately more so than you probably want to be because of the missed block here by the wide receiver. And you got guys in your face, but being a running back that J.K. Dobbins is, he makes guys miss, breaks tackles, and is able to get back past the line of scrimmage to gain 2 yards.
We've seen you, Beanie, back in the day having to make these cuts in the backfield, things that you don't expect. What's the mindset when the design is already broken down, you've taken 2 steps, and you've already got to do something else that you're not anticipating?
You know what? Just get as much as you can. I mean, obviously, the play is kind of maybe is going to be a wash. You just got to try to let your athletic ability take over and then try to get you something when there's nothing there.
A vertical seam, and that's what they had there with McLaurin.
Dobbins takes the pitch, gets the edge, and will be knocked down after a
similar look here from Ohio State again with this toss pitch going to the left, and it just, again, this one actually works, but it feels like there's still something missing that it could have popped for a big one.
No, it's huge. I mean, you watch right along the linebacker just blows the center, 3 or 4 yards into the backfield. And, Mike obviously gets J.K. gets the ball in time and enough space, but he sees that color. He sees his guy so far in the backfield, so maybe it rushes his decision a little bit more. And here you have another situation where I believe that's is that Prince?
Yep.
He comes off of his block. He's not able to get square. He's kind of chasing the guy instead of kind of reaching and getting up on him and pushing him to the second level. He just pushes him over right to where the ball carrier is going. That makes it that much tougher on the running back.
I know that you didn't play offensive line, obviously, Beanie, but you've noticed a few times with Michael Jordan here, you've referenced on Lettermen Live just the size, getting up. Are you noticing this here? If you're the tailback, what's happening at center? Is this concerning you? You think, oh, this blocking scheme is not working the way it needs to?
Oh, no question about it. I mean, running backs notice the finest things out of their eyes. I mean, the peripheral vision, side to side, you're looking at, certain things where there's color that probably shouldn't be color.
Yeah.
You're noticing all those things, and those things tend to get into your mind. And the scary part is, for a running back, when you see enough of that, it can kind of change who you is as a runner.
Okay.
So that's why I encourage these guys to stick with it, be patient, allow things to kind of develop and not kind of rush the process. But when you're seeing so much color, so many guys out of position in terms of offense and allowing the defenders to get on top of you, it makes, who you are as a running back and your mentality a little bit different.
Backed up, flips the screen to Dobbins. He's got blockers. J.K. Dobbins in the clear. He was just held up briefly.
This is another example here where the screen game, we saw it back in the Penn State game where Ohio State was able to find something, kind of an extension of the running game. And again, an example of J.K. Dobbins still doing the kind of things that we were expecting him to do this year.
And that's what I love to see. Obviously, you get an opportunity to get him in space. We know what he's able to do. He's able to break tackles, make guys miss. He's just a hard-nosed runner. And I believe both of our running backs are. And we just got to give him opportunity.
Is it Is it different when you get it out of the backfield? Does he still feel like himself? Does he want to? Would he rather be doing this as a carry? Does it matter to a running back that you have to get your yards a little bit different way?
Yeah, obviously you want to get it rushing the football. You know, we all like that stat line to be under a rushing attempt.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, when you're in situations like this, when you're in tough games, if you can get the ball in your hands and you can make a play to help your football team, you're not going to care how you do it.
There's no question that Ohio State is going to need more from those running backs, that offensive line, the ground game. The last 4 weeks of the season coming up, regular season, Ohio State has a chance to win that Big Ten. I know Beanie Wells is looking for a lot more carries, right?
No doubt about it, but run this playback one more time for me. I mean, I'm watching the offensive lineman, and not to call guys out, but I'm watching the offensive lineman. You can play it here. I think it's 66. Right here, he's running with J.K. instead of going to the field. That's some of the issues that we're having consistently with this football team on the offensive line. They're watching things happen instead of making things happen. There's no reason why he should be watching J.K. Dobbins run the football to the side. He should be going, sprinting downfield to maybe get a block. He's running and watching J.K. That's something that can't happen.
Well, that's why we have our running back in here to watch him, to make sure that pointing out those errors, those weaknesses where Ohio State can turn them into strengths down the stretch, because they've still got a lot ahead of them they can play for, but they need the offensive line and the tailbacks to get it done. So he's Beanie Wells. I'm Austin Ward for BuckIQ. We'll see you next time at Lettermen Row.